WTOL 11 Sports presents Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. The best discoveries come from the unexpected. And by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right. By Frickers, the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. By Absolute Mobile Glass. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it faster. Absolutely. And by Renewal by Anderson. Anderson Window Muscle. Local 419 Hustle. Now, here's Tyler Segerman.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into another edition of Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. The start of February frenzy, meaning we are now in the final stretch of regular season play before the postseason tips off. Now, in the Northern Lakes League Buckeye Division, Perrysburg, under new head coach Chris Stein, entered the night with a one-game lead, yet in order to remain there, would have to knock off rival Anthony Wayne. Generals seeking some revenge after losing a close battle at their place back in December. Could they return the favor? Well, it would be Perrysburg jumping out to a huge lead in the first half, so Anthony Wayne with some work to do. Mason Taylor, the big fella, knocking down the tray. That gives some life to the Generals. Other end, Tyson Bauer going to drive inside. He'll float up a shot and lay it up and in. Perrysburg not done. Third quarter winding down. Ben Paymer going to go to the glass for two. Off glass he goes. Nice little shot, but check this sequence out. Jackson Urinovich from half court throws up the Hail Mary shot and it goes. Are you kidding me? Generals with some momentum, but Paymer says, I don't care about that. I'm going to continue to go to work. Perrysburg pulls away 74-57. They net another Buckeye win. Chase Bachman has more.
Tyler, the last time these two played, it came down to the wire. But this time around, Perrysburg jumped out to a 20-point lead in the first quarter and never looked back. They cruised to a dominating win over Anthony Wayne, 74-57 the final.
I feel like we brought our best basketball this season today, and I mean, that was a really fun game, and we got the job done. We've had some slow starts this year. We wanted to really get out there, get it going, use the energy in this building, and I mean, we just came out really hot.
I'm so proud of our guys, the way they came out. We got off to a fast start, and we never looked back. I told our starters the other
Tyler, the last time these two played, it came down to the wire. But this time around, Perrysburg jumped out to a 20-point lead in the first quarter and never looked back. They cruised to a dominating win over Anthony Wayne, 74-57 the final.
I feel like we brought our best basketball this season today, and I mean, that was a really fun game, and we got the job done. We've had some slow starts this year. We wanted to really get out there, get it going, use the energy in this building, and I mean, we just came out really hot.
I'm so proud of our guys, the way they came out. We got off to a fast start, and we never looked back. I told our starters the other day, I said, you guys come out and you put on a run. I'm not taking you out. And by the time it got to 14-0, I'm like, we got to keep running with these guys. You know, and they just did a hell of a job. Bench came in, guys got some good minutes, got some great looks out of everybody. So guys just played so hard, it was awesome.
The Yellow Jackets improved to 5-1 in conference play, and with just 2 games left in the Buckeye Division, they are one step closer to their ultimate goal of a league title. Reporting from Perrysburg, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11. Tyler?
Thank you, Chase. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but congratulations to the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets once more. Let's stick in the NLL Buckeye Division if we can. Northview taking on Whitmer. Let's see if we have the highlights here. Apologize again. All right, well, let's continue moving on. Let's see what's next. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. We will see here if we have some more highlights for you as we were busy across the area tonight. There we go. Pivoting to the Cardinal Division, Southview tied for first place. Cougars catching fire. They rode a 6-game win streak into tonight. Early on, Cougars inside. Jaron Witcher there with a nice little shot. Then later, Springfield in transition. Anthony Burrows, the center, letting it fly, and the big fella can swish it home. Other end, Robert Webb III driving past defenders, laying it up and in off the glass. And Southview rolls to a 7th straight victory, 52-29. Bowling Green still in the hunt for a trophy as well in the Cardinal Division. Bobcats seeking a season sweep over Napoleon. That would be the Wildcats getting things started early. Briggs Abbott with a strong drive and the pretty finish at the rim as well. Napoleon on top early. BG, though, would take over from there. Baseball pass here from Kipton, or to Kipton Shank, as he goes spin move at the rim and gets that to go for the home team. And then more from the Bobcats. This time it'll be Sam Wiles in the corner. You see he leaks out right there, splashing home the three. Tough contested three. And Bowling Green Bowling Green gets the win 45-37. And basketball fans, we are now down to the Sweet 16 for our Big Board Friday Home Court Challenge. Here is what the bracket looks like as we aim to crown a winner. We're wanting to know who has the best high school gym in the area. Voting is live right now on our website under the sports section. You can vote once per day. This round will close next Thursday at midnight, so be sure to get your selections in. It's been a great turnout so far. Well, it's now time for our first break in the action, but don't worry, still plenty more to highlight, including a massive battle in the NBC. But first, some scores from across the area.
Welcome back to Big Board Friday!
Love to see that. Thank you, Genoa Student Section. Welcome back. Speaking of Genoa, for over a month, there has been a collision course brewing in the Northern Buckeye Conference. You have the Lake Flyers, who since losing to Genoa in late December have rattled off 9 straight wins. Then you got the Comets, who all they've done is not lose a single game at all, setting up a highly anticipated rematch tonight inside the impact zone, full and ready to go for this heavyweight battle. Pick it up in the opening quarter. Lake off to a nice start. Carter Belmore here in transition. Stops, pops, and nails that triple to give Flyers a 6-point lead. That lead, though, wouldn't last long. Second quarter, Walter Plant's going to work. That is high percentage, and he throws it down. And then later on, the Comets miss here. Plants almost with the play of the year, trying to cock it back and go one-handed slam. They get the rebound, and Ryan Routson, though, caps it off with a triple. That gets the crowd into it. Genoa will then outscore Lake by over 40 points over the next 3 quarters. In the second half, well, that belonged all to the home team. Plants again flushing one home. Genoa dominates this one 76-38, and Steve Iwanek has more from the impact zone.
Well, after the first quarter of this battle, it was 13-7 in favor of the Flyers. After that, though, the last 3 quarters, 69-25, a 44-point advantage for what has just been a dominant Genoa team as they roll in this one in a battle of first versus second, 76-38.
I knew we didn't play Genoa basketball, and that was going to happen. So this took us to settle in a little bit, and the guys take a deep breath, and then we played like we've been playing all year. When you think about small-town basketball or small-town football or small-town anything, like Genoa is the standard of that. We have great community support. We have people that have no reason to come to Genoa basketball games, and they're here for the freshman game, for the JV game. And that support, I think the kids can feel that love.
We talk about the mountain, right? We're on the climb to the top of the mountain. Every day it gets harder, so we got to keep clawing away, and that's a big testament to our JV guys, our young guys. They do an excellent job, giving us a great look at practice every day.
So the Comets are now 10-0 in the NBC, 17-0 overall, and they're going to be back in action on Tuesday night when they head out to take on the Eastwood Eagles. Here in Genoa, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Steve. Elsewhere in the NBC, Otsego in the midst of a tough stretch. They aim to bounce back at home against Rossford. Bulldogs down at the break and trying to get back in it. Blake Odenweller firing from the wing. He knocks down the 3 ball as Rossford hanging around, but this one would be all nights the rest of the way. Suffocating defense here leads to Toby Powell coming up with the steal, layup, and the foul on the other end. Great sequence there for Otsego. And then more from the Knights. Devin Silva driving inside, contact. Doesn't get the shot initially, but persistence pays off. He gets the bucket, and Otsego gets the win 75-45. Up the road at Ottawa Hills, Green Bears playing well of late. They played host to Gibsonburg, who has won 14 in a row. Out of the gates, it would be the home team getting the first points. Colin Gruber from the corner, lighting it up and splashing the net from 3. Gibsonburg, though, quick to respond. Reese Walby, he too can let it fly. After making the man miss, he says, there, I'll give you 3 more right back at you. OH, though, continuing to trade 3-pointers. It's Gruber again, this time from the other end. He's got range and shows you there. But Walby says, I got some smoke more. Here you go. Banging home another 3. Nope, he's just kidding. That's Chewy Rodriguez. They're getting the board and the putback. Gibsonburg gets the win tonight, 72-59. Speaking of the SBC, Calvert and Northwood squaring off. Both teams seeking to jump back into the win column tonight. First half, Seneca's going to work in the paint early. Vincenzo Lyons with the ball, gets that one to fall and drop through. Then later in the first, it's Lyons again inside going to work. goes left, then goes right, back left, off glass he goes. Great move there. And then later, Seneca's in transition, Brady Otterbacher here able to penetrate by the cutting Emin Moreno, who gets the backdoor cut basket, and Calvert cruises to a victory 55-17. Let's now head to the jungle, shall we? Delta trying to upset first place Patrick Henry, which would be a tall task because the Patriots, they were not interested in defeat. Reed Krieger poking the ball free. He's off to the races. Casual 27-point night for him. And then later, he's going to do some facilitating, finding Tristan Rosebrook open on the wing. That's easy money. Another triple adds to their lead. Panthers doing all they can to stay close. It was senior night, and one of them here, Ashton Allig, letting it fly from deep. But PH had some business to take care of, specifically Mac Heber coming down with the putback slam. He later became the program's all-time leading scorer, dropping 19 tonight as Patrick Henry cruises 70-28. Traveling south along State Route 109, Liberty Center aiming to keep pace among the top teams in the NWL. They took on Evergreen, just a 4-point game late in the third quarter. George Allendorf driving and getting the roll to cut things to a one-possession game. Fourth quarter we go, Wes Wilhelm to Ethan Gray. He's ready to shoot, and that's nothing but net. He led the Tigers with a dozen, but back come the Vikings. Chris Schrader going behind his back for Bryce Bolger inside. Nifty transition bucket there. Evergreen within 5. And the defense from LC would come up huge down the stretch. Evidence here, Jack Badenhop, the freshman, saying not in my gym. Then with a minute to go, his brother Isaiah picks the pocket and will seal the deal in style. Double figures for him as Liberty Center pulls away for a 67-55 victory. Play of the night we have now reached, and you just saw it, but worth enjoying this again. My goodness, Mac Heber. I mean, what else can you say about this guy? He's going to pitch at Ohio State next year for baseball, yet for right now, he is living it up above the rim. Just elegance on this putback slam. Now, I'm sure his teammate wishes he would have made that three, but then again, wouldn't have gotten this result. Not only did Heber flush home our play of the night, he also became Patrick Henry's all-time leading scorer. Have a night, Mac. One final stoppage before we wrap this show up. Still to come, championship basketball at Scott. Who would take home this year's Girls City League crown? That answer is next, but first a look at some more area scores.
You're watching Big Board Friday.
Thank you to the Delta cheerleaders. Welcome back. The Start Spartans are no stranger to competing for a City League championship. After all, the girls have won 3 of the last 4 under head coach Dane Franklin. Now, beating the team twice, that's never easy, but that stood the quest tonight at Scott High School. Last month, the Spartans beat Rogers by 34 points, but with a trophy on the line, would that change? That answer would be yes. Spartans only up by 4 at the break, but looking to extend that lead here. Honey Harper to Kennedy Latson underneath. Theirs is 2. Rogers, though, quick to shrink the gap. Melissa Martin going to let it fly for 3. That follows through. Second triple in a row for her. And that would have a domino effect because her teammates get involved, too. Sanaya Smith draining a 3-ball of her own. Nothing but net for the senior, and that causes Start to take a timeout. Spartans only leading by 2 in the 4th, but not giving up. Jade Latson driving to the basket, notches the hoop and the harm. Shot at a 3-point play. She wouldn't get it, but Start goes on to get this one and contain a second straight City League championship, 40-30, the final tonight. Noelle Blumel with more from Scott High School.
Tyler, another championship battle between Rogers and Start, ending with the Spartans defending their City League title. Now, this one does feel a little sweeter considering no player on this Spartans team has ever beat Rogers in a City League title game. And it was no easy feat considering the Rams only trailed by 2 points heading into the 4th quarter. But winning the rebound battle and simply taking a deep breath is what allowed Start to come out on top in the end.
Last year we played them in the semifinals and ended up playing Bowser, so nobody in this group played. None of our players have beaten Rogers in the City League championship game, and despite the recent history, it's still a game that they've dominated since 2012.
It's bittersweet, you know, this is my last time playing here, this is my last time playing in my City League. I'm just thankful, I'm grateful that we was able to pull it out. It was a really tough game, they came to play exactly. But, you know, we won.
And with that, Start claims the City League title for the 2nd year in a row, but it'll be a quick celebration tonight as they're back in action on Saturday at noon when they face Arbor Prep. But for now, reporting from Scott High School, Noelle Blumel, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Noel. Across the state border and in the Michigan rivalry night between Monroe and Bedford, Lady Mules going for the season sweep, and it would be a good start for them. Sienna May driving, gets in the paint. And a nice little finish there puts the Mules up early. Later, it's more from Bedford. Going to kick it out wide this time to Madeline Kwiatkowski, and that 3-ball finds the home. Friendly roll as well, and Bedford would go on to get the victory tonight in a convincing fashion as they do pull off the sweep. 38-19, low-scoring affair, but they get the win. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of Big Board Friday. Remember, if you missed any of the highlights or want to rewatch the show again, our website and WTL11 Plus are the places to go. It's always a pleasure bringing you our coverage, and thanks for tuning in. From our entire team, enjoy Super Bowl weekend, and we'll see you again next week.